Hello, my name's Mark Hartwright and I teach in England, and this is the lesson that I use with my 5-6-year-olds to try and teach number bonds to 10 in just a different way. Obviously with a lot of the children that age and all ages, we need a lot of concrete objects, so they're physically moving cubes, physically moving something, and just another way of doing that, just as a different way of learning, because obviously they need to be taught the same thing over and over again, so it really cements inside their brains. We looked at number bonds to 10, and here we've just got some bees, and because it's on device, it's on screen, I can add in those different images to make it fun, interactive, and a really vibrant way of them looking at it. So I've chosen these pictures of bees, and then the children can move them, and some into the flower, some in the honey pot, and they can physically see that there are different amounts to make that bond to 10. So if here I have got 3, and they can physically do on those, so we've got 3, and then they can count those ones there, and hopefully they can add those up, writing their whole number sentence, 3 and 7, and because we're looking at bonds to 10, they have got that amount there, and then they can move those around, they can rub that one out, make a different amount, to have some different bees here, and it's really that concrete way of looking at it, beginning to be a slightly abstract, but it's still very, very physical, very, very moving. It can be on the main screen at the board, or if the children have got all the devices as well, they can all be accessing this all at once, all at the same time, and I can see where they want to go and move them forward. If they've got that, and I can whilst I'm walking around the classroom, I can see that yes, they've clearly got those number bonds to 10. They've really grasping that. Maybe I've done some work beforehand. The beauty with SLS Online is that I can have multiple students doing multiple activities all within the same file, and it just works so well for that. So these are my different levels of my differentiation here, and so I can move some of the children on once they've got that bonds to 10 to number bonds to 20. So it's exactly the same task. So if a child is looking over to a different person, so oh yes, they're doing the same. That kind of eliminates some of that competition between peers. And I've got the same that they can drag, and again, because it's so tactile, so hands-on, I've got all of these ones here. They can count these, and I can make a whole new number sentence of number bonds to 20. But it's all within the same, it's all brilliant for the students. Or even maybe some of my lower ability children aren't quite ready for those bonds to 10, but again, it's the same activity, and they can do number bonds to 10, dragging them over, and because there's only 10 objects, I haven't got to be cutting out and losing bees under the tables. They've just got what's in there, so it's really contained, and it's one of those steps that eliminates, so we can really focus on the learning rather than losing bees, which is fantastic, and then they can write that there. And just with SLS Online, it just makes it so much easier to give out those tasks and give out that differentiation for the whole class, and works really well.